Hey folks, what is going on? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how in the last 5 days of January, with probably 3 hours or so work, we were able to add a really nice little $3,000 a month income stream to our business that is now purely passive, right? I don't like throwing the word passive income around because it's so misused online. But after these kind of 2 or 3 hours were done in the last week of January, this is now 100% passive income. And there's really 3 components to go into being able to do this. Some of it's tactical, some of it's strategic, and some of it's to do with how you're thinking about all of this stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna jump into the computer and I'm going to break down these 3 components with you, which I think are going to be pretty illuminating for those of you that are in the course, coaching, consulting game, selling information products, affiliate marketers. If you fall into that category, I think this will be quite enlightening for you. Before we jump into it, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. Really helps with the algorithm getting the content out to more people. Let me know in the comments what it is that you're focused on selling right now. I'd be interested to know what products you've got of your own, what affiliate products, what offers, all of that kind of stuff. Let us know in the comments. I'm interested what the folks watching this video are selling, and then that'll help me create more content that'll help you sell more of it. Okay, if you haven't already as well, first link in the description is going to take you over to my free private community. So if you like the content, you like the videos, and you want to get more involved in what's going on over there, first link in the description is going to be your pathway to do that. But with all that stuff out of the way, let's jump into the computer and dive into how we were able to add this nice little $3,000 a month income stream with a couple of hours work that is now purely passive. All right, let's do it. All right, folks. So let's jump into this one here. So we've got the title here. This is what we're talking all about, right? Now, I want you to really understand the why all of this stuff works and why we're able to do this, as well as the how. Okay, you need to be looking to learn beyond tactics and strategy and really understanding the intricacies of this stuff, because otherwise you're really going to struggle to replicate it. This is something I talk about with all of my students across all of the programs that we run, from courses to group coaching to one-to-one private clients. They need to understand things at a deeper level. Otherwise you're just not going to be able to replicate it. Okay, most of you watching this probably know the kind of stuff that we sell. It's courses and information products, digital products, right? So high margin stuff. I started out in the affiliate space. That's these awards you can see on my desk here, and then got into the course creation and coaching game. That's kind of the 2 Comma Club and all that kind of stuff. So using my personal brand, Jacob, this is how we make money online, and we really service people who sell digital products, be they courses, coaching, affiliate offers, all of that kind of stuff, right? So we help them out with the strategy and the tactics and the mindset and all of that behind it. Okay, so for a bit of context, what we did here was I put up a post in my Facebook group around the 26th of January. So it's like the 2nd of Feb, I think, when I'm filming this, and I put up a post saying that we'd hit another 100K month in our business, which we've done quite a few times at this point, but it's a cool milestone. And so I literally, as I was typing out that post, I had the idea, well, why don't we do a little offer? So I had some bits and pieces that I'd started to pull together, and quickly kind of ducked into the office lair here and pulled together what was necessary in order to craft an offer to kind of celebrate this. So what we did was we rolled something out that was going to be for sale from the 26th of January to the 31st of January. And the offer was $210 by 8 payments, so they're monthly payments, and put together a sales letter, put together the actual product, and then created some posts to go out each day across those days until the end of the month. And this was really not a hard push. I'd have to check how many posts in total it was, but it was maybe kind of 6 or 7 posts in total, primarily in the Facebook group, maybe 1 or 2 emails, and then a couple of Facebook stories, but really minimal content. And as I've said here, look, I haven't done the exact math on it, but let's call it around 3 hours of work to kind of make all of this happen. Okay, so we created a new offer and put a very limited time frame on it. We wanted to get some people in to test out a new strategy that we've been seeing good results with, that our private clients have been seeing good results with, but want to get some more feedback and some more data on it. So this was a good opportunity to do it. That's just to kind of set the scene for you. Now, in order for you to be able to do stuff like this, all right, there's a couple of things that you really need to be focusing in on learning. Okay, now I'm hesitant to use that word because I know people are gonna be, oh, I don't want to learn stuff. I just want, like, give me the templates and all that kind of shit. But the reason we're able to do stuff like this, right? And I know, $3,000 a month is not a huge amount, but when you can do this on demand very quickly, and this becomes, hugely or completely rather passive, pretty cool, right? Like, we hired a couple of new people to take some stuff off our plate in January, and this will cover the cost of that. So it keeps the business really lean and it keeps the business really profitable. Okay. And the other thing it does is it generates us new buyers, and the buyers will come in, have a good experience with this, and then inevitably a percentage of them will ascend to, programs that cost a lot more than this. And so it's not just about looking at the income from this as well. It's about looking at the asset that we've created in the business that will provide future cash flow for the business for years and years and years and years to come. Okay, that's a different perspective. All right. So how can you get to the point where you can roll out new course or affiliate offers or coaching offers or consulting offers or whatever that quickly yield results like this? Okay, that's what I really want to share with you, because when you understand how this works and why it works, then you're really going to be able to replicate it in your business. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you is a way of thinking. Okay, now stick with me here. This isn't just typical mindset bullshit that gets sprouted on YouTube. This is something that one of my mentors, who's done tens of millions of dollars online, taught me last year. Actually, we'd been doing it, but I just hadn't had it illuminated for me in this way. And it was kind. He didn't actually tell me directly. I just read a post in one of his groups and then kind of spoke to him about it a little bit. But he illuminated for me the fact that what a lot of people do, right, is they're on this constant train of energy into money, right? Energy into money. And that's like, selling their time, or, selling stuff that's, even if it's not directly correlated to an hourly rate, it's very, 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 very time intensive. Okay. And that's fine. You will make money, but you're always going to be on this constant hamster wheel of energy into money, energy into money, energy into money. And one of the reasons I started working with this guy, his name's Travis Sago, if you want to go look him up. He's brilliant. One of the reasons that I wanted to work with this guy was because I wanted to, as I said, we're already doing this to a degree, but I wanted to really double down on making more and reducing my workload. I've always been someone that works a lot and it doesn't bother me, but I wanted to increase our profits, increase our margins while reducing the amount of time that I had to spend in the business. So I wanted to get things moving in that direction. And so what he illuminated for me was most people are doing this. Right? Most people are just doing this over and over and over again. And that's fine for a while, but you are going to cap out. Okay. Rather, stop doing this and start doing energy into assets into money. And this is a way of thinking. Okay. This is a perspective that I want you to start deploying day in and day out as you're going about building your digital product business, let's call that information business. Always looking for opportunities to build or acquire assets, because the assets are what make the money. Okay. Money is an effect. It is not a cause. All right. And people put all of their focus and their attention onto money. And I've done this as well. I'm saying this is something that I've learned the hard way. I want to make X dollars per month. I want to save X dollars. All of the focus is on the money, when the money is the effect of certain actions. Okay. So what you need to do is go, okay, well, what causes money, and put your attention there. Okay. One of the big things that cause huge cash flow that is completely detached from your time is assets. Okay. Now, these aren't necessarily traditional assets that would spring to mind for most people who aren't in this online world or making money online world of like real estate and dividend stocks and all of that kind of stuff, where it takes, a lot of capital to create an income stream from these assets. These assets we can you can buy them for really cheap, like data, or you can make them. Okay, and that's like creating courses and information products and stuff like that. Okay, now that's great. If you understand that in isolation, that'll make you a shitload of money. But what I want you to do is run one step even further and keep this front of mind as you go about growing your business, and always be looking for opportunities where, if you're spending time doing something, is this something that I can repurpose and turn into an asset and use over and over and over again? Okay, so let me give you one example of that. I have an inner circle, which is a really small group of people. It's a 5-figure investment, and they work with me really closely on their information businesses or their affiliate businesses, right? Essentially, I help them make money doing all the stuff that I've learned over the last 4 or 5 years that's made me millions of dollars online. I help them with that. I help them implement these strategies and develop a custom plan for what they do, right? And in that group, we meet each week on a Zoom call, and I deliver a training on something that has popped up based on questions from people, based on what I see happening in the market, based on opportunities that I see in the market, important reminders, new strategies and tactics and stuff that we're testing. They get real-time kind of insight into how I'm viewing everything. And one of the reasons I do that is obviously to help them. But when I show up every week and film that training by doing it on the Zoom call, every single week that I show up becomes an asset that we can utilize in the business, right? It becomes an asset that goes into the catalog that new members that come in will get access to and will get benefit from and will get results from. It's also stuff that I can strip out and sell separately, or we could give it away for free if we wanted to, if we had a strategic reason to do that. But the point is, I'm not showing up every week for those, it typically falls between kind of 90 minutes and 3 hours, depending on the call. I'm not showing up and just getting the benefit of that time, right? We're locking in that energy and creating an asset that will generate money over and over and over again, both directly via that program and whatever else we decide to do with it. Okay, that's just one example. What I'm doing right now with you filming this video is another example of it, right? This is me putting energy into filming and creating something that will go onto YouTube, and people will find, and they will click the links in the description. They'll join my world. They will, some of them, not all of them, some of them will become customers and clients, and a percentage of them I'll develop a really long-term relationship with, and they may well end up in the inner circle, and we go on to build a really strong business relationship for a long period of time. This is an example of putting energy into an asset that will generate traffic, which will in turn turn into money. Okay, I think you get the point, but stop looking at the world like, how can I make $1 today? All right, I understand you need to do this for a while until you get your kind of baseline finances sorted if you're in a difficult position. But once that's resolved, please be looking for as many opportunities as possible to do this, because if you view the world in this way and you start to move strategically in order to do this at every opportunity, you can do stuff like this, okay? So the reason I'm able to do this quickly is because I've got assets that I've been creating over months and years that I can repackage and turn into something that is valuable for somebody and quickly roll out an offer, okay? That's one of the underlying reasons that I'm able to do this, all right? So that's why I said that one of the things you're going to need is a way of thinking, all right? That's probably enough on that. The next thing that you're gonna need is an audience. All right, this takes time to build. Okay, this takes time to build, but I started building my kind of personal brand audience in 2018 with just my Facebook group. Then that kind of flowed over into my Facebook profile. Now it's on YouTube as well, email list, and the brand has kind of transcended just any one platform. But building up an audience of people who know you and like what you do and understand the problems that you can solve and understand what you have achieved and like your personality and your style and want to work with you and trust you and all those kind of things, it will be the best thing that you ever do for your own personal finances and for your own personal fulfillment if you build it in the right way around people that you actually want to hang out with. It is so fun and it is so rewarding and it is so lucrative that if you aren't already building an audience around a personal brand and you've got interest in being able to do stuff like this, please start today, right? Like, pick a platform. I don't care if it's YouTube, TikTok, email, your Facebook profile, a Facebook group, a podcast. I don't care what it is. Just start creating an audience of people to get to know you and to follow you, where you can talk about stuff that you have done and stuff that you are doing, and they can come along on that journey with you. All right. If you do that and you do that consistently, there's hardly been a day for the last 4 years where I haven't put out some form of content via my personal brand to keep nurturing and growing an audience. All right. And because of that, plus this first perspective, I'm able to do stuff like this. Okay. So you need distribution. You need to be able to put out an offer to people and have attention on demand. Okay. That's what allows you to do stuff like this quickly as well. All right. So if you've been procrastinating, if you've been jumping around across platforms, just zero in on one and stick with it for 2022. And in 12 months time, things will be very, 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 very different. So that's the second thing, is you have to build up an audience. All right. And if you guys want more help with all of this stuff, you can join our community. You can try and get in touch with me or someone from my team if you want to work with us more closely on kind of building this all out. But regardless, please, if the only thing you take from this is Jacob said it's important to build an audience, please start doing it. The amount of opportunity that exists for people willing to put the work in to do that is unbelievable. Okay. And then the third thing is developing high income skills. And the two of the biggest for me have been offer creation and copywriting. Okay. Because when you dive deep into these areas, and I've learned this through a hell of a lot of trial and error. I've learned this through paying mentors, reading a ton of books, watching courses, watching how people go about doing things over years and years and years now. This isn't going to happen overnight. These are long-term high income skills. If you develop these to a level where you are very, 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 very proficient, what it's going to allow you to do is if you can do this, right, at the drop of a hat, you can come up with an idea for an offer because you understand what your market wants. You've got the copywriting skill set to be able to quickly pump out a sales letter, right? And this one in particular, we literally didn't do anything fancy. I just created an offer document. Okay. I just created an offer document. If you want to send me a DM on Facebook, if I do see it, I'll send it over to you. You can have a read of it. But if you learn writing copy and you learn what goes into making an irresistible offer in terms of the messaging, the hook, the deliverables, and how to position all of that, what that's going to allow you to do is really monetize this approach, because these assets that you are creating, this is where the rubber meets the road and turns them into dollars. Okay. Like you could have a bunch of videos that you want to turn into a course, but if you have no idea how to package them up and how to write words or create a video to actually sell it, it's not going to make you any money. Same with if you don't have an audience, right? If you don't have any way to distribute, you could have the most amazing assets in the world. You could have a great offer and great copy, but if you have nobody to see it, again, you're not going to make any money. Okay. So to kind of bring this all together for you, what I want you to do is I want you to start looking at what you're doing every day. If you're already running an information business or an affiliate business, and I want you to start looking at it with this lens. Is the energy that I'm expending every day going into assets, or is it going directly into trying to make money and eventually I'm going to cap out? Okay, this is the key over time to making more and more and working less and less. This is key, all right? If you aren't already every single day on one platform or multiple platforms, building up some kind of audience of people to follow you through content, through ads. I don't care if you do it organically or paid ads. It doesn't matter. But you need to be building an audience of people who follow you so that you've got distribution, so that you can distribute your stuff. All right. And then finally, I want you becoming obsessed with offer creation. Right. I've recommended on this channel Alex Hormozi's book around offer creation. Obviously, we can help you with that. There's tons of good copywriting books out there. Just jump onto Amazon, look at the top few. They'll get you moving. If you get obsessed, like literally obsessed with studying and doing all of this stuff, you can create literally income streams on demand. Okay, literally income streams on demand. We've done this over and over and over again at this point, and what I wanted to do is distill this down into the 3 things that you need to have front of mind in order to be able to execute on stuff like this. All right. If you want to get like more in the weeds and kind of deeper down and see more of this kind of in practice, join the group. You'll see like this recent promotion that we did, depending on when you see this video, but you can see the posts that we create. You can see the type of content we create. If you decide to work with our team, we can help you with the offer creation, help you with the copywriting, all of that kind of stuff. But fundamentally, in order to be able to do stuff like this in information business, these are the 3 things that you need to get in place. All right. I hope for those of you that are in a place where you're prepared to transcend kind of just focusing on the where do I click to make money type approach, this should be very valuable to you. Okay, if you're watching this and it's not of value to you, you may not be at that level yet. But these 3 things combined will allow you to do stuff like this and way more. This is just a recent example, right? Like we did this with a $30,000 a month income stream in over about 6 months in the back half of 2021, right? We've done this over and over and over again. And the more times I do it, the more clarity I get around it. But if you want the 80-20 of the 80-20 of being able to generate kind of income streams on demand in this online information type business, this is the way you need to look at the world. And strategically and from a personal development and improvement perspective, this is what you need to be doing. Okay, it will serve you really well. All right, jump into the community if you want to dive deeper onto this stuff, and I think you'll enjoy it. Other than that, I hope you got something out of this, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Give this video a like if it was at all valuable to you, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.